Hello, this is Jarrett Lau, the founder of Profitable Properties Boston. In today's session, I'm going to be talking about whether you should be paying off your mortgage or not. So as an investor, they teach you all about leveraging, right? And leveraging means using someone else's money to be able to make money and to be able to, say, for example, use a mortgage, put a small down payment, and to be able to borrow the rest and then to be able to make income off of that smaller down payment. Now, at what point do I pay off mortgages? Now, I've paid over a dozen mortgages off, and you say, Jarrett, well, that's not the most aggressive way. You're right. But for me, cash flow is really important. And maybe the quantity of properties to me isn't as important. But more importantly, when I make the decision is my opportunity cost of my money. So I have to get commercial loans, and commercial loans at one point were ranging anywhere between 4 and 6%. And what it means is that I have to be able to make money using that, if I pay off that mortgage, to be able to do something better with it. What other options are there? You could have things like money markets, which are historically about 1 or 2%. That doesn't work. You might have the stock market. And the stock market, over the long term of things, will average probably about 7 to 8%. Of course, you can do better in a really good market, but that's an average of it. So I'm always going to try to figure out what else can I do. Now, again, my biggest option is to be able to buy additional properties with it. However, as the market got better and better, it meant that the properties got more expensive. And that meant that my money, as I gave into another property, was returning me less because the returns were increasing with rents, but so were the prices. So I wasn't finding as many properties on the market that I could purchase and be profitable with to the extent that I wanted. So what I did was I used any type of excess money that I had, and I did pay off my mortgages. Now, the best part of this is that you can go to any single bank and say, hey, I have this property, it's worth $1 million, $1.5 million, and it's paid off. I'd like to use this to be able to use it as collateral to purchase my next property with you guys. And they're gonna love that because they already know that the property's worth $1 million. They might do a really conservative LTV, which is loan to value, and give you half of it, 50%, give you $500,000. And then that $500,000 can be used as a down payment, which we typically put about 20 to 25%, for an additional mortgage or two with their bank, which means that they now have 3 mortgages with you. So every single bank is gonna love that. And it's really easy to be able to go through that process, and sure, there's some cost. But at the end of the day, when I pay off a mortgage that's about 5 or 6% interest, this is money that I can count on. Of course, you don't get the write-off benefits of writing off the interest, but sometimes that's capped depending upon where you are at. So for me, I play the conservative route of if I do not have any other properties that I'm looking to buy, I do put a little bit in the stock market as well, but in general, if my opportunity cost of money is not as great, I will pay off those mortgages, knowing in my head that I can go to any bank and get that money to use it when I need to. But otherwise, I'm not gonna let it sit in the bank collecting 2% interest, losing the value with basic inflation alone. So if you or anyone else you know is looking for a real estate agent that can help walk you through these type of big financial decisions when it comes to your property and whether you should pay off a mortgage, please think of Profitable Properties Boston, where we help you go from one property to wealthy.